In this video, we review the Hisense U41 Lite. Have you used the Hisense U41 Lite before? What was your experience? Leave your Hisense U41 Lite review in the comments section below. The Hisense U41 Lite is an entry-level smartphone designed for users seeking basic functionality at an affordable price. This device offers a modest set of features, but it comes with several compromises that reflect its budget status. Despite these limitations, the phone serves its purpose well for those who need a straightforward device without the bells and whistles of modern smartphones. The design of the Hisense U41 Lite is typical of budget smartphones. Its 5-inch display makes the phone compact and easy to hold, but the overall build feels quite basic. The screen is an FWVGA 480x54 pixels TFT panel, which is below the resolution offered by many modern phones. This resolution impacts the clarity and sharpness of the visuals, but for everyday tasks like messaging and web browsing, it performs adequately. The display is not laminated, meaning there's a noticeable gap between the glass and the actual display, affecting touch sensitivity and visual quality in certain angles. The plastic body and flat glass design, while not premium, are practical, especially for users who might frequently handle their phones in less forgiving environments. It lacks features like Gorilla Glass or any form of extra protection, so users will need to be cautious about drops or scratches. This device also lacks a fingerprint scanner, which is becoming more common even in the low-end market, a notable disadvantage for those prioritizing security. The Hisense U41 Lite runs Android 8.1, an outdated version of the operating system by today's standards. Most apps continue to support this version, but users may find that newer apps or features are unavailable, and security updates may be limited. The lack of a more updated operating system could be a concern for users who prioritize app compatibility or security. With just 1 GB of RAM, multitasking is severely limited, and even switching between a few apps can cause noticeable slowdowns. The phone's internal storage is capped at 8 GB, which is very minimal considering the size of modern apps and system files. Thankfully, the phone supports expandable storage of up to 128 GB via a micro SD card, which is essential for those who need extra space for media, apps, or files. Under the hood, the Hisense U41 Lite is powered by a quad-core Cortex-A7 processor with a clock speed of 1.3 GHz. This processor is quite outdated and is only suitable for basic tasks such as calling, texting, light web browsing, and using a few social media apps. Running multiple apps or any demanding tasks will likely result in significant lag. The Mali T820 GPU is equally dated, making gaming or high-definition video playback a challenge. In general, the performance is sluggish, but users who stick to light tasks will find it adequate. However, even for basic use, the performance bottlenecks may be frustrating for users expecting smooth operation. The Hisense U41 Lite comes with a 5-megapixel rear camera and a 2-megapixel front camera. The rear camera's aperture is f2.2, which, while standard for budget phones, does not perform well in low-light situations. The autofocus is relatively slow, and while it offers 720p video recording, the overall quality is mediocre at best. Photos taken in well-lit conditions are passable but lack sharpness and detail, and colors can appear washed out. The front-facing camera is even more limited, with a 2-megapixel sensor and a fixed focus. This results in grainy selfies and poor video quality for video calls, especially in low-light conditions. For users who want a phone capable of taking decent photos or videos, the U41 Lite falls short. The Hisense U41 Lite comes with a removable 2050 mAh lithium-ion battery. This battery is not particularly large, and with the modest specifications of the phone, battery life is acceptable but not impressive. For light users who only need their phone for calls, texts, and occasional app use, it should last a full day. However, more active users who engage in web browsing, video streaming, or navigation may need to recharge by the evening. The absence of fast charging means users will have to wait around 4 hours to fully charge the device, which is slow compared to modern standards. The Hisense U41 Lite supports dual SIM cards and offers 3G connectivity but lacks support for 4G LTE, which is a significant downside considering that 4G has become the standard in many parts of the world. The phone's maximum data speeds are limited to 21 Mbps downlink and 5.76 Mbps uplink, making web browsing slower compared to more modern phones. On the connectivity front, the phone supports Wi-Fi 802.11n, Bluetooth 4.2, GPS, and FM radio. The absence of 4G, NFC, and newer Bluetooth standards like Bluetooth 5.0 could be a deal-breaker for some users, especially those looking for faster data speeds or modern connectivity options. In conclusion, the Hisense U41 Lite is a basic phone that struggles to keep up with the demands of modern mobile users. It is best suited for individuals who need a phone primarily for calling, texting, and very light app use. The phone's biggest strengths are its affordability, dual SIM support, and expandable storage. However, it is held back by its outdated hardware, limited performance, poor camera quality, and lack of 4G LTE support. For users seeking a low-cost smartphone for basic tasks, the U41 Lite could be considered a budget-friendly option. However, for anyone looking for a device with better performance, longer software support, or higher camera quality, it may be worth considering other options.